Just a few weeks ago, LG invited me down to Dolby Soho Square, where we could get hands-on with the new 2025 TVs. This included having a hands-on experience with the G5, C5 and the new QNED models. So, exactly what did we find? And should we be excited for the 2025 TVs coming very soon? The First Look event was attended by most of the UK's AV journalists, and we had an opportunity to see side-by-side comparisons with the new G5 against some competitor TVs. We also had a look at the new WebOS for 2025 with its new AI features, and the G5 was obviously the star of the show with its primary RGB Tandem OLED panel. Other models there were the C5, which is more of the same with excellent HDR, smart TV and gaming credentials that make the C-Series a great all-rounder. We also had LCD TVs in the guides of the QNED or QNED 85 and QNED 93 models. Now these are TVs that we haven't had a look at in the past on AV forums, the QNED models. So if you would like us to change that and have a look at some of these new TVs, which are boasting quantum dot technology, advanced dimming algorithms, as well as the Alpha 8 Gen 2 processors, then let us know in the comments down below. Getting back to the G5, which I think is the big TV for the year and the one that most of you guys will be interested in. It has the Alpha 11 Generation 2 processor, which drives the primary RGB Tandem OLED panel. So let's hand over to James from LG UK. He was on hand to give us a quick tour of the TVs that were on show at this hands-on event.
Hi, I'm James Thomas. I'm the product manager for LG UK for the home entertainment division. And we're here at Dolby's offices today showing off our new TVs. Next to me is the brand new C5, which obviously, as you'd expect, year on year will have picture and sound improvements. But also in 2025, what we're doing is enhancing our AI proposition and how customers will use this technology to find content, optimize their picture, optimize the sound, and more. One thing you'll notice is in the Magic Remote for 2025, we have updated it. So now we have an AI button in the middle, which is an easy place to find all the AI services. So if you wish to look for content, get recommendations based on your profile, because each user in the house can have their own profile, and your voice can be linked to each profile. So when you speak into the remote, it's going to know your voice and it's going to give you recommendations based on your own viewing history. But then there are other things it can do. It can bring up an AI chatbot when you have an issue, or if you ever have an issue with the TV, you can speak to the AI chatbot and it can give you advice on how to resolve certain small issues. But also while you're watching content, you can ask, for example, for the picture to be sharpened or the voice made clearer, and it will do those tweaks and give you options for changes to the picture or the sound on the fly while you're watching the content without having to go through settings menu. So it's a very easy way of optimizing your experience and personalizing it to your tastes and your viewing history. So yeah, so the C5 this year will have similar screen size options that we've had in the past. So from 42 way up to 83 inch with 48, 55, 65 and 77 in between. So a wide variety of screen sizes and options for the consumer, whether or not they have a smaller room or a larger room to fit in our larger screen sizes. Because as we see in the market, jumbo screens, if you like to call them that, are gathering in terms of popularity. So we have a wide range of screen sizes for every consumer need. Right, yeah, and now thanks to power of editing, we're now next to the G5, which again is safe to say our flagship model for 2025. We have a new panel this year, so even though last year we had a big step forward in terms of brightness, we've managed to further improve it again. So on a 3% window, we're going up to 3 times brighter than a conventional OLED panel. So fantastic image brightness. But also the panel is improving the color as well at the same time. And along with all that, we still retain our perfect black. So we're certified as having perfect black levels, which again is obviously important and inherent to the proposition of OLED as a whole. The model has the Alpha 11 processor, which we introduced last year to our lineup. So this is our most powerful processor, and again takes a step forward year on year in terms of general power and also the features to do things like upscale the image, upscale the sound, and ensure that you get the best and most optimized experience that we can possibly give a consumer. And some features we think your AV Forum fans will be interested in are things like the new Filmmaker Mode. I think everyone is a fan of Filmmaker Mode, but what's important now is that we introduce an ambient mode to this picture preset. So if you are viewing in a dark room, you're going to still get a one-to-one picture to the picture curve. But if you have a brighter viewing environment, then the TV will adjust parts of the image, specifically things like dark levels, dark parts of the image, to ensure that you can still visibly see parts of the picture which you might lose in a brighter environment, while still retaining the director's intent. Secondary to that, we have the ability now to switch between BT 1886 and 2.2 for gamma. So if you want to adjust the gamma up and down, you're able to do that and change the setting. If you have a brighter room or a darker room, you have more finer control over the gamma in order to give you the best experience for your environment. So that's our flagship TV. We've obviously covered two of our key OLED models, but we can move over now to our QNED part of our range. So moving on, we have the QNED 8.5 here to my right. So this is again a 2025 model, new to our range. And it's, as before, it represents really the premium element of our LCD lineup. So the QNED color technology, which consumers will get a very vivid and colourful picture, which is very accurate as well, which is key for us. We want to ensure we have images which are true to life and as accurate as possible. This model is where we introduce 120 Hz to the range as well. So gamers and sports fans alike will get the best experience in terms of motion as well. And it will support VRR with FreeSync as well. So the gaming proposition for these models is very, very strong. And then stepping up from the QNED 8.5, there are a few models in between, but this is one of the ones above it. So this is the QNED 9.3 now. So we introduce even more advanced precision dimming for better contrast and light control into the image. Plus this has our QNED Color Pro technology. So even more colors are represented truthfully in this picture over and above the model below it. So except for OLED, this kind of technology represents the best picture quality that we can give a consumer. All driven by the Alpha 8 processor, something which we mentioned earlier in the day, continues to enjoy more of the advanced features that we develop for the likes of the Alpha 9 and the Alpha 11 processors, so we ensure we get very comprehensive upscaling and basically image on sound optimization for these models.
So like I say, this was a hands-on event. We can't really draw any conclusions from this other than it was great to see the TVs in person again following CES, being able to get hands-on, get the remote control in the hands, and also have a look at some of the new features. You may have noticed, James did go over them briefly in his summary there, but the new gamma control, which I think is very welcome. And one of the things I've been pushing LG for and other manufacturers for a little while is a Filmmaker day and night mode. Well, we don't get a day and night mode. What LG have done is given us an ambient light sensor mode with Filmmaker. This has been cleared by the UHDA, who are the body behind the initiative of Filmmaker Mode. So yeah, you can now use that in a bright room and it'll brighten up during the day, trying to stay as accurate as possible to the creator's intent. And of course, if you're in a dark room, then you'll be able to watch it, the content as it was supposed to be seen. So the TVs look great. Like I say, we're getting them in very soon for review. So do subscribe to the channel if you want to see our reviews, our hands-on and our comparisons, as well as the best settings videos. They're all coming up very soon. But thank you very much for watching. Give us a like and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.